Welcome to The Awakened Heart, a podcast for healing women. This is a place where your voice matters, your body is sacred, and your journey home to yourself is honored, no matter how winding this silly, lovely, beautiful, wild road is. I'm Autumn Moran. I'm your licensed professional counselor in the state of Texas, life coach in Texas and beyond. Yoga instructor, 500-hour trained a couple of times, just never been certified because just can't really decide if I've learned enough. Overall, I am your companion on this divine sacred path we call healing. And I am so glad you're here. I'm so glad you pressed play. This episode is titled, Rest is a Rebellion. And I don't say that lightly because many of us, especially women who are healing, who are neurodivergent, who carry trauma, rest isn't just something we forget to do. Rest is something we've been taught we don't deserve. And reclaiming it can feel radical. It can feel uncomfortable. And shit, how fucking scary is it to be like, I laid down and did nothing. Not even in my mind did I do anything, but watch the show, but read the book, but stare into space, but paint the thing. What would that be like? That could be scary. But today, I want to show you why your stillness is sacred, why your rest is not a weakness, why it is resistance, it is remembrance, and it is a form of homecoming. Homecoming to you, my dear. But before we begin, I'd like to take a pause. Right here, right now, wherever you're at. Relax your jaws, relax your face, in between your eyebrows, corners of your eyes, corners of your mouth. Just relax. Wherever you're at, whenever you're ready, take a nice deep inhale through the nose, trying to let the breath go into the chest and down into the belly. Hold it there up top. We're going to exhale out the mouth, so when you're ready, let it out. Now allow those shoulders to melt just for a moment. Just relax away from the ears. You are safe. You're not behind. There's nowhere else you have to be. And let's get started with the truth. If rest feels impossible for you, if you feel guilty for lying down in the middle of the day, if your heart races when your to-do list isn't finished, that makes sense. Because for many of us, for so many of us, especially trauma survivors, I'm going to say trauma survivors for the rest of my life because that is just the way my tongue is tangled, but I'm going to correct it. But for trauma survivors, rest never meant safety. In fact, stillness used to equal danger. So maybe when you slowed down, people got angry. Maybe when you were told you were lazy or selfish or you were wasting time for reading the book, for playing the game, for watching the show, for coloring, for making art, you name it, right? Maybe your nervous system has learned that risk is what happens when you rest. Therefore, rest equals risky situation. And so you keep moving. You over-fucking function. You over-fucking deliver. And you never sit the fuck down. And the world praises you for it. The culture loves your productivity. It rewards your burnout. But no one sees the cost. The insomnia, the inflammation, the irritability, chronic pain, loneliness, arguments with your children, arguments with whoever you cohabitate with, arguments with close friends, not feeling heard, not feeling seen, feeling isolated. The fact that you feel like you're only valuable when you're doing, this isn't just a personal issue, this is systemic. Rest has been politicized, racialized, pathologized. Black women have historically been denied rest. Poor people are shamed for resting. Neurodivergent people are punished for moving slowly. Capitalism thrives on your exhaustion, but your soul doesn't. So let's talk about it, right? What happens in your body? In trauma, the nervous system adapts. You might live in a constant state of fight or flight, where rest feels unsafe because your body believes you're still in danger. Or you might default to freeze, where rest isn't restorative, it's collapse. You shut down, not because you're lazy, but because you're overloaded. And some of us live in a fawn stage, fawn mode, performing calm, over-accommodating others, staying busy so that we're not rejected. And very few of us have access to that ventral vagal state, the polyvagal state, the top part of the ladder of the polyvagal theory. And that's where you feel safe, present, and socially connected. It's the goal to get there. But when you are in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, you're dysregulated. So you're lower down on the rung of the ladder. Productivity becomes your coping mechanism, and it keeps you from feeling. Because what happens if you stop? What grief surfaces? God, what grief surfaces? And when I say grief, I'm talking about anger, resentment, negativity, irritability. That's all grief, my dear. Grief for what you want that doesn't align with what you have. Grief for what you dream that doesn't align with what you are doing. Grief for how hard you try and feeling unseen or supported. Or just not for who you are, or given space for who you are, despite the fact that you give space for every other fucking person in the world. That's grief. That's anger. That's loneliness. Stillness makes space for your truth. And that's what's so terrifying about slowing down, yeah? Because you might fucking cry. You might fucking scream and break some shit. Go to a smash room, please. Don't break anything in your house. Go to a smash room. Punch your mattress. Beat your mattress up with your pillows. So when we talk about rest, we're not just talking about naps. I'm talking about reclaiming your right to exist without performing. Oof. Without performing. Yes, I said that. You can exist without doing anything for anyone. I'm going to take a sip. Take a breath. Let that sink in. I'm also talking about healing the wound that says you're only worthy when you're producing. This is where real rebellion begins. So what if I didn't call rest? What if we called it a ritual without being ookie kooky and scaring anybody away? I mean, if you think that's scary, I'm sorry. I have rituals. I have morning rituals, nighttime rituals, weekly, monthly rituals. So I'm not even, take up space, sis. Here we are. Let's call it a ritual. What if you honored rest the way you would a prayer, a poem, a sacred ceremony? Yes, a ritual. Because for many of us, especially those who are neurodivergent, sensitive, sensory speaking, so let me reword that, sensory sensitive, are emotionally layered. Rest doesn't always look like silence. Sometimes it could be sitting with your dog and doing nothing else, or your cat. Because I got my cats next to me and I love to pet them while I'm doing my thing. Sometimes they like it, sometimes they don't. It's okay, I can handle it. Sometimes it's listening to the same song on repeat until your breath slows. Watching your favorite show for the 400th millionth time. doodling on an iPad with no goal in mind, or in a real piece of paper with no goal in mind. It doesn't have to be tech-based. Stimming gently while curled up in bed, maybe a weighted blanket, maybe some stuffies or a weighted stuffy or an eye mask or something on your head, a heating pad, an ice pack on your chest for the vagus nerve. Or doing a forward fold on the floor for 2 minutes, like some stretching. Or gosh, if you don't want to do forward fold, which is standing and bending over, then do legs up the wall. Get your butt as close as you can to the wall or the headboard of your bed. I don't care whichever's sturdier. Put those legs up the wall. You can scroll, you can listen to your show, you can listen to your podcast or whatever you want. But just put those legs up the wall and simply exist. Have fun. Maybe put the phone down or pause the show and just see what the sensations feel like coming up in your legs. Tingling, restlessness, where your mind goes when you sit here for too long. If anything comes up, see what comes up. Give yourself a moment. Rest doesn't have to mean stopping your body. It just means releasing the pressure to be quote unquote on. I like to reframe it as in, I'm not doing nothing, I'm doing what I need. Because rest is what you need. Rest is because you breathe, right? Rest is needed because you exist. Like, it's part of self-care, it's part of existing, it's part of succeeding. You can't succeed and not rest. It's going to catch up to you, and then it's going to take you down in one of your best moments where you could have been enjoying and you've had to recoup. Like, it just doesn't go away. So here we are, and I'm asking you to slow down, right? Like, that's enough. Just slow down, rest. So some simple rituals. Let's see. How about a 15-minute window, a 15-minute buffer, at least once a day? Schedule 15 minutes where you don't have anything to do or anyone to be. Set a timer. Lie down, sit outside, stare at the wall, let it be awkward. Inside, outside, have something to stare at, a candle, an incense, a picture, out the window, and just be. Let that timer go off. Before bed or after a hard day, a hard session, a hard meeting, a hard encounter, put your legs up the wall. Hum or chant. Close those teeth and feel that vibration. Om. If you're not into Sanskrit or yoga chanting, then chant the vowels. Feel free to rock gently side to side or get in a rocking chair, a swing, a hammock. Lie on the floor with a weighted blanket or a weighted stuffed animal on your chest, something to kind of give you some compression, or put an ice pack on the chest. And just be. Again, 15 minutes, some body movement. 5 minutes, some body movement. Start baby steps. If 15 minutes is too long, start with 5, then 6, then 7, then 8. Work it up to 15, 20, 30, whatever your goal is. Baby steps. This is a lifelong process of loving yourself. Make a playlist, a scent, or a movement that reminds your body it's okay to slow down. So what song makes you feel like, the world is slowing down, I am safe, this is my happy place? What smell makes you feel like, pure bliss, let me just have this? Or what movement do you like to dance? Do you like to sway? Is there a yoga pose? I love my Spotify playlist. Even when I am like heaviest of heavy days, I will turn that on and I have a song that will either let me cry it out in happiness, cry it out in sadness, cry it out in hope. Like, tears come to me, joy comes to me, Like, I just am so grateful for having had found and continue finding such positive artists. I love it. If there was a festival, it would be in my playlist. Please let that happen. I do love the scent of lavender and rosemary. Like, oh, a rosemary plant. Oof, I love to rub the shit out of a rosemary plant. And I do legs up the wall. I do like legs up the wall. I say it. It's when people ask me what to do, where to start in yoga, it's always legs up the wall. Whether you stand up, whether you sit down, whether you're in a car or not, like legs up the wall. 20 minutes of that has been shown to be like 2 hours of rest for your body. It's like a real reset. It is beautiful. So, it is my go-to, and it's simple. And depending on where my mind is, I can accommodate that too, because hell, my legs are up the wall. I can't really do much. Practice talking to yourself in a positive way. This is more of like reparenting or just being compassionate and having self-compassion, right? I'm allowed to stop. I'm allowed to not solve everybody's problems right now. I'm allowed to take 5 minutes. And when I say that, find a closet. Find a space. Like, I know what it means to live in a house with people that need you, rely on you. Like, sometimes you have to steal nuggets and moments of time and take those moments and give them to yourself. Don't fill them with scrolling. Don't fill them with more input. Fill them with love and compassion and stillness and like understanding, like, shit, that kid just asked me to what? I've got to make gold in 2 hours? Like, what are we doing here? Does it ever end? No, I love my children, but they're always going to be your children. And this is what we do. We show up for them and we do things. I'm not going to get on a rant. I'm not going to get tangential, but I'm saying take a moment, find a moment. Like, I'm allowed to stop. My body doesn't have to earn a break. Like, you can get a break before you're tired. Please get a break before you're having too much, before you've reached the limit. Take a break way before that, and then take another one before, in the middle of that. Stillness is safe enough to try. So I like this little affirmation because this is reminds me of the tip that your nervous system will choose familiar chaos, go, 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 before it will choose unfamiliar comfort, rest. So stillness is safe enough to try. This is you telling your nervous system, hey, I hear you. I know we know how this works, and I know we can get it done this way, even though it's not the best, because we're unfamiliar with the new stuff. I've been through enough, right? That's letting your nervous system, hey, it's enough to try. I'm taking a sip. Take a breath. Take a thought. So remember, you're not being dramatic. You're creating safety. So those are some ways, right? A 15-minute buffer, some good ways to move that body. Nervous system safety anchors, so your playlist, your scents, your movements, things that make you feel at home. And affirmations, self-talk, right? Not fake positivity, but real shit. Like, be real with yourself. Like, talk to yourself like you would a kid. We're fucking toddlers. We are. Like, if we were all treating each other like toddlers, we'd be doing a little gentler with each other. So wrapping it up, you don't have to burn out to be valid. You don't have to hustle to be lovable. And you don't have to produce to deserve peace. You, in your stillness, are still whole, are fucking beautiful, are what it's all about. So here's your invitation, my dear. Block 15 minutes today to do nothing. And notice what comes up. When that 15-minute timer goes off, take a few minutes to write out what came up. Just list it, write it, word it, scribble it, whatever way feels right and valid to you. Take it to your therapist, your support group, or work on it in your journal. Breathe through it. Let whatever shows up just be witnessed. It doesn't have to be solved. You're not broken for needing this. You are brilliant for choosing it. This is love. This is healing. This is growth. This is finding out who the fuck you are and honoring that. Rest is not the reward. Rest is the resistance. And you are allowed to rest now. I mean, I love it. I love rest. I'm all about it. It took me years to rest without having the guilt in my mind. There are accommodations I have for myself. I do mind dump. I do plan my day. I do accommodate for the things that need to be done. I time myself doing tasks so that when I have to do it again, I know how long it takes out of my rest period. So neurodivergent and rest can sometimes be hard just in and of itself. So find supports, find accommodations and systems to slow the monkey mind, for lack of a better term. It can be very beneficial. You don't have to do it all at once, but like rest is necessary. And rest without guilt is quite fun. You can really just get lost. Thank you so much for being here today. If this episode stirred anything, a question, a truth, a memory, I'd love to hear about it. You can message me on the show notes, or you can find me on Instagram at the Awaken Heart Podcast and let me know what came up. You can message me with a 15-minute consultation request in my link tree if you'd like to work one-on-one. I am open to seeing neurodivergent, trauma-informed women to help you process your trauma, find your healing, find your space, find the true you. My Spotify playlist, Divine Women, is in the link tree. I love it. Share it. Take it. Leave what you can. Leave what you want, but take what you need. Please don't forget to follow me. Please don't forget to share this episode with someone who you think would like to hear this. And take what you need and leave the rest. Until next time, may you be happy and free. May each of our journeys bless the world with happiness and freedom. Take care of you, and I'll see you soon.